welcome to another live. And forever since I last saw all of you. Tonight we are going to be doing crystals. So I'm actually going to be using a crystal deck that my mom got me. Actually on clearance at Barnes & Noble's when they were down in the States. But this is the book. This is what the deck looks like. It's Crystals by Emily Anderson. And what's really great is you'll see the cards in a moment here. But the cards actually have little keywords on them as well as pictures of the crystals. And I've also I have some of the crystals myself that are on the cards. So I've actually gone around my house and grabbed all of my crystals. So you'll have some actual physical examples of the crystals. And we're going to go through each of the cards. I can't remember exactly how many cards there are. There's not too many though. So yeah, we'll go through each card at a time. I'll do some show and tell. And yeah, maybe if we have time at the end, I might do a couple of readings with the cards as well. Ta-da! Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys being here. I've had a bit of a tough day. Was about, considered maybe just not even doing the show tonight, but I'm like, nope, I'm going to power through. I'm going to pop on tonight. I know hanging out with you guys is going to make me feel better. So thank you for being here. Hi, Moira. Thank you guys all for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. While some more, I'll give people a chance to filter in here still. So while we're waiting for that, I will let you know a couple of updates. So the next show is on November 11th. That's the show where I'm going to be in the kitchen. So if you haven't voted already in the community tab, there is a poll on what recipe you want me to make. And the decision will have to be made basically by next week because I have to go and get groceries possibly. And depending on the recipe too, I may make more than one that night just because, for making bread or cookies that have to cook in the oven, there's another recipe I can maybe do while it's baking. The other plan too is to maybe do some card readings for you guys while we're waiting for it to bake, or just answer some of your questions if you have questions for me. And then at the end of the month, so the 25th of November, I have JJ, so Tuta Speaks is going to be on as a special guest, and I'm super, super excited for that one. So yeah, let's get started. So yeah, crystals are what we're going to focus on today. And I called it crystal keywords because as you'll see on this deck that I have, each of the crystal cards has keywords on it. And I thought that would be really handy for all of you. Also in this, in the book, it does have a little thing for each crystal. So it has what it's best for and what it looks like. And it has that for each of the cards. So it's just really nice, simple, basic deck, I guess, for crystals. But I think it's kind of nifty. What are the options? So I'm assuming you're asking about the recipes. So the different options for the recipes. I think we have, what was it? Banana pancakes, chocolate chip cookies or a variation of chocolate chip cookies, some kind of soup, ginger cookies with candied ginger in them. They're actually one of my favorites. And I'm trying to remember. I think there was one more. But yeah, so there's a couple of different options there you guys can choose from in the community tab. Let me know what you want me to make, and we'll have some fun on the 11th of November. Hi, Fatima. Thank you for being here. All right, so let's get the ball rolling. I have a little bit of show and tell for some of the cards. I don't have all of the crystals, but I have a good number of them. Actually, it surprised me when I would put them out. I'm like, how many of these do I have? Oh, I have a lot, apparently. Oh, is it? Yeah, it's a seahorse pendant. Yeah. Here, I don't know how close I can get to the camera, but yeah, it's like abalone. Yeah, a seahorse. Matches my earrings. Teal, like this teal color is one of my favorite colors. And actually this shirt I'm wearing, this shirt is 12 years old at this point. I actually bought it. I went in 2012, I went to London in the UK for a graduation trip because I graduated university. in 2012, and I bought this shirt then. So it's still going strong. All right, I'm going to grab the first couple of cards and then crystals, and then that way you don't have to see me get up every 2 seconds. So I'm going to grab the first couple, and we'll start going through the cards. And please, when you see the cards, comment if you have any thoughts on those crystals or if they're a favorite. Feel free to share that. All right, first ones. Get to see a bit more of my house. We getting up. All right. There, we'll do 6 at a time, and then that way. Hi, Rossi. Hello. Ooh, ginger cookies, pumpkin. Yes, I know. These ginger cookies are my mom. So it's my mom's, I think even my grandmother's recipe. And then my mom ended up putting candied ginger into them. And oh my God, they're so good. Ginger cookies are one of my favorite kinds of cookies. All right, so I tried to put these in alphabetical order, and I think I did a pretty good job. So the first card we have, or the first crystal we have, is Amazonite. So it represents solace, healthy lifestyle, clear communication, and balance. So that's what it looks like. And I have a necklace made with Amazonite. So you can see that kind of aqua color that's in the card. Those striations. So yeah, so that's Amazonite. And then the next card, or the next crystal, is amber. So amber represents harmony, home protection, calm, and it attracts love. Amber is absolutely one of my favorites. And I actually was very, very lucky. I got this necklace just about a year ago now. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it with the reflection. Oh, there we go. Not too bad. And it has a couple of different colors of amber in there. So yeah, I have to say it's one of my favorite stones. The next one, another favorite, of course, is amethyst. So spiritual insights, creativity, psychic protection, and courage. So I know amethyst is a very, very popular one, especially for that protection piece. And I have a couple different versions of amethyst, but this is a nice little piece here. See the purple in that. Yeah, me too, Rossi. When I saw it, I'm like, okay, and I'm buying that. Yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous piece. So the next one after that is Emtrine. So spiritual guidance, angelic realms. It helps clear stress, and truths are revealed with it. So this is one I don't have, but yeah, Emtrine or Emetrine. Hello, Jane. Thanks for popping in. There we go. That's the one. That's what I wanted to click on. The next one is Angelite. So angel communication, clairvoyance, alignment, and dream insights. So that would probably be a good one for maybe having by your bed when you're sleeping. Yeah, there's some of these I've never heard of either. Yeah, I mean, there's so many crystals and stones and stuff like that. But yeah, some of these cards may be like, maybe I should look and see if, look into that and maybe get one. All right, Diana, thanks for popping in. All right, so the next one after Angelite is Argon star clusters. So they're like clump of crystals. So earth healing, grounding, stress relief, and vitality. This is probably one I could probably use right now. Yeah, so earth healing, grounding, stress relief, and vitality. That's interesting. You have angelite, but your cat wants to always play with it. And that's very interesting. Hello, Amy. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you popping in. Oh, you do, Fatima. Yeah, it was one I didn't have yet. So yeah, it's on my list for sure. Oh, Jane, you have one of those clusters. Do you like it? How well does it work for you? Because it does say it's good for grounding. So I'm just curious because it's one I don't have yet. All right, the next ones. I had to lay them all out on my coffee table to make sure I could get all of the crystals. All right. There's 6. As I said, you guys get to see me stand up today. Oh, okay. So it's never put into use. It's just in your reading room. It must be beautiful, though. I looked at it and I'm like, oh, that's such a pretty stone. All right. So the next ones I have are aquamarine. So aquamarine is good for water healing, compassion, speaking your truth, and compromise. And this one I actually have as a bracelet that I wear sometimes. So you can see, actually, this bracelet's really, really good for seeing the difference in the colors of the stones. You can kind of see the variation in, there's light ones, there's dark ones. There's some that are a little bit clear. So yeah, that is aquamarine. Yeah. I mean, I have all these crystals and I don't work with them as often as I probably should. I wear most of mine as jewelry, and I think that I find that easier to do. But I appreciate, I'd love for you to tune in more. We're going to be doing some baking in 2 weeks. I'm going to be hanging out in the kitchen. So the next one I have is azurite. So it's divine guidance, stillness, new connections, and astral travel. So azurite. The next one is black obsidian. So strength, support during changes, everyday stress relief, and clears negative energy. So this is a really good one for, people that maybe work in customer service and stuff like that. This is a good one to have in your bra or wear as some kind of jewelry because it will help protect. So I didn't have a true obsidian, but I did have a snowflake one. So you can see this one's a snowflake one because it has the white. But yeah. Yeah, and that's a hard thing too with a lot of these stones. There's a lot of fakes kind of out there. You have to be really, really cautious. One of the ones towards the end, turquoise, a lot of the time you'll find howlite dyed kind of as a stand-in for turquoise. All right, I'm going to be back in 2 seconds, guys. I'm just going to mute for 2 seconds. I just have to go grab something. So please, please, please hang out. I'm just going to be 1 minute, all right? I'll be right back. Thank you, everybody. Sorry about that. I am back. Fun. I go to bed early, but we'll watch the playback. I'm needed downstairs. I'm still caretaking. Bye. No problem, Jane. I appreciate it. Watch back. We're going to be here a little while longer anyway. So, yeah. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. All right. Back at it. Next one. So, the next stone we have is black tourmaline. So, it's protective, anxiety relief, aura cleansing, and self-belief. So this is another one I wear fairly commonly, especially where I work in customer service, and I'm around people a lot, and I'm very highly sensitive to people's energies, especially being a physical empath. So it just helps me out. That is one I couldn't 100% find today. I feel like it's hiding somewhere, but yeah, so black tourmaline. It's a small black stone. They're very similar. Looks very similar to onyx, but they're a little bit different. And then blue calcite. So soothing, inner peace, universal perspective, and strong memory. So this is another one I thought I had, but I didn't. So I think it's going to be on my list to buy. So yeah, blue calcite. Oh, that's good to know, Moira. Love black tourmaline. Works well with selenite. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you. Yeah. See, I'm even learning things from you guys. Yes, yeah. Yeah, it's a nice one to wear. Especially it's not as heavy as like onyx or some of those other black stones. Tourmaline can be a little bit lighter to wear. And then one of my favorites, I have a couple pieces of this one. Blue lace agate. So blue lace agate is kindness, good communication, peaceful outcomes, and love and marriage. So for this one, I have a nice big piece here. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it with the light the way it is. But yeah. This one's like what they call a palm stone. But because I have a lot of issues with my throat chakra, the blue helps with that. Yeah. It's a nice size. It fits right in my palm. All right. Next one. I can actually reach these ones now from where I'm sitting. So the next one is blue kyanite. So connecting with animals, telepathic abilities, finding your true path, and finding clarity. So blue kyanite. And blue kyanite's incredibly interesting because it's more, would I use the word striated? Like it's more flaky. But yeah, so I have a tiny, tiny, tiny little piece of blue kyanite that a friend gave me. Actually, my big witchy sister gave it to me. So yeah, blue kyanite. And I actually have the black version as well. So you can again see these kind of like flaky kind of striations. Whoopsie. Jumping. But this one I actually use during my Reiki. So for clearing people's auras. So you can actually brush it or like use it like a comb through the aura, and it'll actually clean the aura, the auric field. Yeah. Love blue kyanite. I have a large one I use as a wand. Oh, that's interesting. That would be beautiful. Oh yes, for cord cutting. Yeah. Makes sense. Put tourmaline and selenite near or on top of your front door. I may have to do that. I'd have to put it next to. I don't think I can put it on top of, but I could definitely put it next to. And then the last one, at least in that row, is blue topaz. So finding a spiritual ally, higher wisdom, abundance, and forgiveness. So blue topaz. All right. Next ones. We're into the seas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so the next one we have is carnelian. So self-trust, relationship rejuvenation, powers of concentration, and healing from abuse. Now, any of these keywords on these cards, there's obviously more uses for these as well, but these are the ones that are on these cards specifically. And I have a friend that gifted me a beautiful piece of carnelian. So yeah. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet, whether I'm going to have, jewelry made or something like that, but yeah. There's that one. So the next one after that is celestite. Communicating with angels again. So again, blue, a lot of the time you'll see it as communication, just because blue is your throat chakra. So celestite is communicating with angels, tranquility, good fortune, and deep meditation. Maybe I need to get me some of that for my meditation practices. Celestite. Yeah, carnelian is one of my favorites. I actually have carnelian on my crystal grid upstairs. So next one after that is citrine. So wealth, enhanced career prospects, self-esteem, and manifestation. So citrine's a really great stone to have around, especially when we're wanting to bring in new things in that abundance. And I have a piece right here of citrine. It's a very yellowy kind of orange color. But yeah, that's citrine. Oh, you have that as a cone. Which one, Fatima? Was that the celestite? Is that what the one that you have as a cone? The next one after that is clear quartz. So psychic abilities, enhanced intuition, mental clarity, and magnified energy. So clear quartz is a great one. So this is a bigger piece of clear quartz, of course. I have a couple different sizes, but quartz is actually amazing, especially when you're doing grids or you're doing crystal tinctures and stuff like that, because clear quartz, you can actually program these. So you can actually program clear quartz to be any other crystal. So for example, I have done infused oils, like crystal oils for my mom, for pain management. And if I don't have a specific crystal that I'm looking for, I can intend that the clear quartz is that specific crystal and then use it to infuse the oil. So yeah, clear quartz. And it'll also magnify whatever you're doing as well. So yeah, clear quartz. Very handy stone. Hi, Gerald. Thanks for popping in. We're talking about crystals. So the next one here is emerald. So unconditional love, beauty, recovery, and healing from past lives. So that green color, of course, being healing energy. And green also being heart chakra. So yeah, you have your love and your healing with the emerald. And then the next one after that is fluorite. So personal protection, getting organized, aura cloak, and cooperation. So getting organized and cooperation. And fluorite comes in a bunch of different colors. The fluorite that I have in particular is like an aqua kind of blue color. Yeah. Kind of, part of me pictures it almost being like a Jolly Rancher. Like it looks like you could like suck on it and it would taste like candy. But yeah, so that's fluorite. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I saw emerald. I'm like, I know I have jewelry, but I don't think any of them are actually real emerald jewelry, and I didn't want to be like, this is emerald, and then not really be emerald. But yeah, it's one of those ones that there's a couple of them in this deck that are like, I guess you'd call them semi-precious stones. Next one is golden topaz. So golden topaz is faith, wise action, perseverance, and confidence. So again, these kind of yellow, orange, gold stones are great for bringing in that confidence, that abundance, all of that. And again, I think that has to do with our chakras. So a lot of these stones will be in key with the different chakras that we have. So again, that color makes a lot of sense as to the meanings behind them as well. Oh, and back to when we were showing blue lace agate, there's another piece of blue lace agate there. This one's a little triangle. That's blue lace agate as well. I got a big piece and a small piece. All right. So the next, oh, Rossi. I have some of the semi-precious as jewelry, but I do now wear them, but I do not wear them much. Yeah, that's the big thing is like anything that's a semi-precious stone, I'm always so nervous to wear it. Versus a lot of these other ones. So for example, like my aquamarine bracelet, these are actually from a local company here, or fairly local company here in Canada. So they call them chip bracelets. So I have a bunch of them actually. So this is aquamarine. I have ones that are tiger's eye, moonstone, amethyst, rose quartz. Like there's a whole bunch of them that I have. It's called Pure Hazelwood. If any of you in Canada are interested, Pure Hazelwood jewelry. I love their stuff. They use hazelwood, which actually helps with pain management, and they have different bracelets that they do, including just stone bracelets of some of the different crystals. And yeah, so I love ordering from them, and they are based in Quebec in Canada. So, and you can actually get them at some of your local pharmacies as well, within Canada as well. Jean Coutu, at least here in Ontario, carries them fairly regularly, but I believe they're going to be expanding as well, and they may be carried in other pharmacies as well shortly. Where do I buy my crystals? So the bracelets, as I mentioned, is from this website. Some of the jewelry, actually, the Amazonite one, I got from Michaels, because Michaels actually has a line of crystal jewelry. I mean, I don't know how legitimate or not they are. This one in particular, the amber one, I got at a crystal show that came to Ottawa. And then a lot of my other crystals I actually buy from Tanis. So Tanis is my teacher. She's Twillo Lifestyle here on YouTube. She actually has a crystal store in her basement. So I tend to buy most of my stuff from her because I trust her and know she's a reputable buyer and seller. But yeah, purchase responsibly, as Gerald says. So the next one I have is green aventurine. So it's good luck, prosperity, new opportunities, and heart healing. So again, that green, that heart chakra comes into play there for the green aventurine. So this is green aventurine, and I actually have that one upstairs on my crystal grid along with my carnelian. Looking for new prospects, new opportunity for work. I bought quite a few crystals at Planet Botanics in Ottawa. I don't know if I've heard of that store. I might have to check that out. So the next one I have is green jade. So attracting love, balance, dreams come true, and purity. So this is green jade. So the bracelet I have for this one is a mixture. It's jasper and jade. So there's Canadian jade actually. So that's what these ones. So the green ones here are the jade. And then the other multicolored ones, of course, are jasper. But yeah, so the green there is jade. the next one after that, gold or gold sheen obsidian. So personal power, spiritual manifestation, earth healing, and new experiences. I had not heard about this one before. This gold or gold sheen obsidian. So yeah, I'm gonna have to maybe look into this one a bit more. But yeah, so golden or golden sheen obsidian. Looks a little bit like tiger's eye, but I don't think it definitely isn't the same thing. But yeah. And then this one is another, yeah, right, Moira? Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one at all. So yeah, I'll have to do a little bit of research on that one later. Actually, here, let me take a quick peek in the book and see what it says. That might help. That might be helpful for everybody, actually. So let me see here. 52, page 52. All right. Just says it looks, so the looks are dark brown or black obsidian filled with a golden metallic sheen or sparkly gold cat's eye effect in bright light. So it's formed, like obsidian, other obsidian, it's formed from volcanic lava, hardened so fast no crystalline structure is formed. It's also called volcano glass, mirror of the Incas, and Iceland agate. The golden kind of obsidian has a shimmering catoniance or cat's eye effect that can be seen in strong light and was created by the alignment of gas bubbles during its formation. Interesting. Yeah. So yeah, this is an example of what it looks like. So it has a bunch of information and what it's best for and all of that. Hey, Rossi. Yeah, so the deck I'm using is Crystals. So it's Crystals by Emily Anderson. My parents got it on clearance for me at Barnes & Noble's when they were down in the States. So I don't know if it's still available or not. I feel like it probably should be. But yeah, it's just a quick kind of basic crystal deck. But yeah, I absolutely love it. The cards are a little bit flimsy. Like they're not the best made cards. They're pretty flimsy. But for, a quick cheap deck. I mean, the deck cost what, $5 or something like that. It was like $5 or $6, so I wasn't going to complain about it. Especially when my parents are buying me stuff. I'm not going to say no to a free deck, right? The next one we have on our list is hematite. This is a favorite of mine, a favorite stone. So it's self-healing, grounding, bright opportunities, and justice. So this is hematite. So hematite is a very heavy stone for whatever it is size-wise. If it's in jewelry or a stone itself, you'll look at it and be like, oh, this isn't going to weigh anything. And it's super heavy. It also is cool to the touch. It'll warm against skin, but initially it's very, very cold. So the example I have for you actually is, I got this at a secondhand store, but this is a bear and he's made out of hematite. You can see it's very shiny, has that kind of silvery shine to it, but this thing weighs, I don't want to say a ton, but it's super, super heavy for the size of what it is. Yeah, hematite. I like wearing it as jewelry too, because yeah, it is very grounding. Even weight-wise, it's just very grounding. Yeah. My little bear. He actually sits on my altar upstairs. All right. Next ones. We're about halfway through. 6 more. 6 more. We're into the L's. All right. Oh, wow. Yeah, they did. Yeah, it was only like $6 or something. They actually got me 2 because I was able to gift Tanis a set of like a deck as well. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled at Barnes & Nobles and stuff like that. You might be able to get a good deal. Yes, I love hematite. Yeah, definitely check it out. I do know Michael sells it. But again, I'd maybe go to a store. If you're Moira, you're near Ottawa. I know Green Spirit and Manotick. I bought in a couple crystals from them. If you get in contact with Tanis, if you email her through the Twillo lifestyle website, I know she has hematite. She actually has regular hematite, but then a magnetic version as well. Oh, there you go. Yeah, $5 US is about 18 Canadian. Yeah, there you go. But I'm assuming Rossi is saying that it's 18 American, so it would be, basically double that. Canadian. Hi, Randy. Thanks for popping in. Yes, yeah. So we don't have Barnes and Nobles here. We have a company called Indigo or Chapters. But yeah, every so often I'll pop in and look at their tarot decks and stuff because sometimes they'll put some on clearance. I've gotten a couple of decks that way that they're maybe $3 or $4 on clearance, and as long as I like the artwork, I'll get it. I got a self-care deck that way. The cards aren't always the best, but if you're paying only $2 or $3, so what, right? Hello. Yeah, I know. All right. So the next one I had never heard of before is Iolite. So magical powers, feminine divine, work connections, and inspiration. So yeah, Iolite. Looks like a very interesting crystal. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do some more research on this one too. Oh yes, yeah, that's true, Rossi. Yeah, we have marshals and stuff. Or I don't think we have TJ Maxx. We definitely have marshals and we have winners up here in Canada. So yeah, definitely another place to check it out. Hi, Randy. The topics we're going through, I have a crystal deck. So we're actually just going through my crystal deck, looking at the different keywords on the deck. And then I'm also doing some show and tell with some of the crystals as well. So the next one we have is another black stone. So jet. So it absorbs negativity. It's grounding, financial balance, and healing grief. So I think it also has another term or another name for it, which I don't know if it's politically correct anymore, but it's called Apache tear. But jet, in the Victorian times, a lot of grieving jewelry. So when they would be in mourning and wearing black, a lot of their jewelry at that point would be jet. So yeah, and that makes sense if it's good for healing grief as to why you'd be wearing it. Thrift shops are a great place to look for crystals. Yeah, definitely. The only thing you'd want to do is before you start using them yourself is to clear them. So clearing them by putting them out in the sunshine, like direct sun for a day. The other thing you can do is run water, run them underwater. I use if you have Reiki, you can use Reiki to clear and charge crystals as well. So yeah, just when you're buying them from thrift stores, just make sure you clear them so that they only have your energy and nobody else's. You have no jet. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's as easily available as it used to be. I just know a lot of Victorian era jewelry was made from jet. So the next one we have is Labradorite. This is a favorite of mine. So shamanic journeying, bravery, magical powers, and higher awareness. Moira, you need to clear crystals no matter where you buy them. That is very true, Moira. Very, very true. And you have Apache tears, a very small one. A friend told me to put it in my water. Yeah, you'd have to be careful, just because some crystals will dissolve in water. So I would maybe do indirect, i.e. put it in a glass container and then put that glass container in the water, just so you don't risk it, dissolving and going away. You have a couple of Labradorite? Yeah, me too. Yeah, it is a favorite of mine as well. So yeah, so Labradorite is actually called Labradorite because it was first discovered here in Canada in the province of Labrador. And I actually have a little piece, and this actually I keep by my bed, so it's on my headboard. And you can see there's that iridescent kind of undertone to it. I just like the shape of this one. So it has a little bit of that iridescence to it. Can't see it super, super well, but yeah, labradorite. Some of the bigger pieces you can definitely see the iridescence in, but yeah, that's labradorite. Next one, lapis lazuli. And it's for prophetic dreams, releasing anger, serenity, and grace. So this one, I think, if I remember correctly, was very popular back in the Egyptian times. I have a couple of different pieces, but this is one of them. So this is another one of these chip bracelets that I was telling you about earlier. And this one is lapis. So again, you can kind of see the variation in the colors. But yeah, this is a nice one to wear as well. Again, it helps with that communication because it's blue. Yeah. Lapis lazuli. That's okay too. Yeah, I tend to give a lot of my crystals away and then I end up buying more. Yeah. I feel like those people that love crystals are also ones that are givers of crystals. I can't sleep with labradorite close to my bed. I mean, I have been having issues sleeping, so maybe I should just move my labradorite, but we'll see. You keep crystals on your dashboard. Some people comment on them. The people that do get gifted one. Oh, that's a cool idea, Randy. I like that. Okay, you sleep with rose quartz. Yeah. I actually sleep with, I have the labradorite there. I also have my tiger's eye, which I'll be showing you in a second, that I keep by my bed as well. And then I have a sodalite elephant that I keep by my bed as well. So the next one we have is malachite. So malachite is for pain relief, transformation, vision, and powerful protection. So this is actually one of the stones I used when I made the oil for my mom. So malachite, it's like a very dark kind of green color. So you can see it's a bit of a different color than the aventurine. So it's a much darker kind of emerald green color versus, you can see the difference? See how much lighter this one is to this one? So yeah, this is the malachite here. Oh yes, yeah. No, when I use this one for the oils, I do what they call the indirect method. So I put the oil in the middle, and then I basically put points to the oil, and then put these crystals at the end of each of the points, and then it basically infuses it with the crystals. Kind of cool doing it, actually. Honestly, I don't think I have a picture of it. Give me a quick. I might have a picture of the setup that I did still. I know I send people pictures of it, but let me take a quick peek, everybody. Let me take a quick peek. Can't remember if I saved it or not. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have it set up right now, but that's okay. Maybe we'll even do a night on crystals and infusing with crystals and stuff like that. That might be fun. That's interesting. Wonder why. Yeah, maybe there's something that they need to work on that crystal is activating. Yeah, for sure, Aussie. Yeah, no problem. Shoot me a messenger message or an email. Yeah. And you try to put malachite in your bra with carnelian. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, my what's ones I typically try and wear on me? Typically, the black tourmaline and stuff like that are the ones I tend to wear, especially at work. Or my tiger's eye. My tiger's eye, I have one that's a tiger's eye in onyx, and it's kind of like my go-to that I wear every day. The next one I have is moldavite. So moldavite isn't one I had handy, but it's healing, protection, telepathy, and connection. It's moldavite. The next one is one of my favorites. But I get to show you guys all the show and tell. Oh, it's so much fun. My crystals aren't just sitting around not being used. So I said I was running around my house today being like, I think I have that one. I think I have that one. Yeah, it is expensive. Yeah, it's an expensive hobby to have for sure. Oh, Moldavite is though. Yes, Moldavite is very, very expensive. But crystals in general. Oh, and then, yeah, so you're going to send me an email. Already saw that one. Great, now I'm all locked up. There we go. My internet's lagging. Sorry, guys. Thanks for hanging around. We know this happens at least once a night that my internet lags. So the next one I have is Moonstone. So Moonstone is good for female fertility, calming emotions, attracting new love, and growth. So Moonstone is one of my favorites. I wear it a lot as well, but I also actually, so this one I bought locally. This is one I bought at Green Spirit, which is a local crystal store. And Randy, that's my problem too. I end up, especially where I get gifted so many of them, I end up starting to forget what's what. And I usually have to take them to my teacher and be like, okay, what's this one? What's this one? I almost need to have like a little storage box for them and label each of the little slots. I need to maybe start doing that. But this is my Moonstone. So this is my Moonstone orb. So there's black Moonstone as well as white Moonstone, and this one actually is a combination of the two. And this one sits, I have a little Buddha statue that's holding a lotus flower. And so this actually sits in the little Buddha statue because of the black and the white, kind of looks like the yin yang symbol to me. So yeah, so this sits in my little reading area at home here. Well, that's a good idea, Moira. Yeah, keeping a crystal journal. I have little slips of paper. Like Tanis is great. She gives little slips of paper with her crystals about what's what. But sometimes, like yellow ones or some of the green ones, I have issues differentiating between the two. Yeah, here. I have a picture, I think, of my Buddha statue holding the orb. Let me find it. There we go. There. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but yeah, you can see my Buddha statue holding the orb. The next one after that I have is Moss Agate. So Moss Agate is new beginnings, nature connection, animal allies, and security. So there's tree agate and moss agate. So similar, but a little bit different. So this one is moss agate. So this one's, compared to the picture, a little bit more opaque. But you can see that kind of mossy green kind of color. Yeah, I have a tree agate pendant that I absolutely love. A friend of a friend does wire work. And so it's basically the goddess. The goddess is like a tree, and then the tree agate is behind it, so it looks like a tree. It looks like the leaves of a tree. It's an absolutely gorgeous pendant. Actually, here, if you guys hold on for 2 seconds, I will go and grab it so I can show you. I know it's not one of the ones on the list, but let me grab. Yeah, here. This is my tree agate that I have here. So this one was a little bit of a splurge, but it's so beautiful. It's one of my favorite pieces. She actually sits on the middle of my altar downstairs here. She's kind of the centerpiece. So Peridot is the next one. So it's well-being, attracting money, good luck charm, and healing from heartbreak. So again, that link to the heart, that green. And also, of course, green being for money, being for prosperity and good luck. The next one after that is pyrite. So good change of fortune, success, renewed focus, and leadership. And I have a couple different pyrites. I have a polished pyrite, but this one's actually more of the raw form. So you can see all different facets in the pyrite. So shiny. My inner dragon likes the shiny, right? Yeah, so that's pyrite. Ooh, a big square of that. That would be amazing. Next one I have after that is another black crystal, onyx. So it's seeing the future, responsibility, stamina, and self-mastery. That's onyx. Yeah, that's right, Rossi. I was trying to remember what from class yesterday. But yeah, she was mentioning that Peridot is galactic. I think she said something about it being related to a meteor or something like that. Or I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I don't exactly remember right at the second. But yeah, it was one of the ones I was going to be researching when I had the chance. So as far as onyx goes, I have a little tiny onyx mushroom. So yeah, it's another one of the black stones. And then the next one after that I have is orange calcite. So there's a couple different colors. There's green calcite, orange calcite. I think there's a couple other colors there too. But boosting self-esteem, expressing sexuality, psychological healing, and energetic living. So the orange calcite, of course, links to those solar plexus and sacral chakras. So, of course, having to do with self-esteem and sexuality. And I have a very tiny little piece of that one. This one's more of a polished version. Yeah. Yeah, moldavite, I think, is connected to meteorite. The peridot, I was trying to remember if it had to do with like something being melted because of where the meteorite fell, but I'll try and I'll go and look it up after everybody, and I'll add it to the comments, so that way you can look back and look at the comments, and I will give you as much detail as I can. Actually, here, let's see if the book says anything about peridot. Maybe it'll say in here. Let's see, 58. 58, 58, 58. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Our ancestors correctly believed that peridot was brought to Earth by an explosion of the sun, so carries the power of sunshine. The ancient Greeks felt this gem exuded a vibration of royalty, bringing the wearer better health and increased wealth. Yeah, so it doesn't 100% say, but yeah, something to do with the galactic stuff. Oh yeah, shungite is interesting too. Is it one on my list? Yes, it's one on my list. So yeah, we'll be going over that one as well in a second here. Oh, you have two pieces, Randy, of that one? Yeah, it's a nice stone for sure. It's a nice one to have, especially with the where it helps boosting self-esteem and the psychological healing. That would be a really nice one to have in your car. All right, we're on to the last ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we have 5 more after this. We're almost there, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me for so long. I appreciate it. So the next ones, we have our red jasper. So red jasper is nurture, determination, relaxing, and tranquility. So red being that very grounding energy, right? Our root chakra. So helping with that relaxation. And so this one is another bracelet. So this is the Hazelwood that I was telling you about, the company that makes the other jewelry as well. But this one actually has the Hazelwood on it, but it also has the red jasper on it. And then, of course, it has lava beads on there as well. So you could use it with essential oils and stuff. But yeah. So that's the red jasper. I'm glad I could help, Moira. Yeah, I need to tidy, as Randy said. Maybe I need to somehow figure out what all they are and somehow catalog them and keep them organized so we can continue to tell what they are. Oh, one of them came in a candle. Interesting. Actually, speaking of crystals and candles, I'll tell you guys towards the end, but we got some exciting news for coming in January. Some of you may have already seen it if you looked at the future shows that I have coming up. I've actually scheduled now into February. But we're going to keep going on our crystals, and I'll tell you guys all about that at the end. So the next one is rhodocreosite, or rhodocreosite, depending on how you want to pronounce it. So service, contentment, healing emotional wounds, and renewal of passion. Maybe I need to get myself some of that. Another very grounding stone, though, because of that red color. Yeah, so I'm planning on maybe actually creating some candles with crystals in them that I'm going to try, that I may sell. So it's something that's going to be a work in progress right now. But yeah, that's something I might be doing in the future. So the next one I have is rose quartz. So this is a very popular one. I know pretty much, I think almost everybody has rose quartz. It symbolizes unconditional love, romance, nourishing, and soothing. Rose quartz, I have it all over my house. I have it in the corners of my house to bring love in. But I also have, his name is Cal. He is my crystal skull. So Cal is made out of rose quartz. So he says hello to everybody. He sits upstairs on my altar. Yeah, this is Cal. There actually is a funny story with him. Tannis had gone to she goes to a bunch of crystal shows down in the States and stuff like that. And she always brings new stuff back. And usually when I go over, she has all the stuff spread out. And, I kind of like looking through the stuff that she's gotten. And she's like, well, what do you think of this skull? And so she put it in my hand and I got like this electrical shock. Like, how like people will like run their feet across the carpet and then like, poke you with their finger and it zaps you. He zapped me. So at the time I didn't have the money to get him. But I'm like, oh, maybe if he's around in a couple of weeks, I'll see about it. So push come to shove, I hadn't talked to Tannis since then, other than I was like, ooh, I'm very interested. And so I ended up going to a sale where she was selling crystals, and I get there first thing in the morning. I'm like, okay, if it's there, I'll get it. If it's not, then, it's not meant to be mine. And so I go over the table and I don't see it. And I'm like, she must have seen like this, like the devastation on my face. And she, from behind her computer, she pulls him out. So I hadn't talked to her. This tells you how intuitive she is. But I hadn't talked to her. And she had set him aside for me. So yeah, this is Cal. So he works on heart chakra stuff with me. And actually, I got a little USB a USB light, and I was able to turn him into like a night light, or like I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah. So I can actually have the little light shining in up from underneath him, so he's a little light on my altar. And I think I saw Annie Bear pop in here. Hi, Annie Bear. Thanks for popping in. We're just talking about some crystals. We're getting towards the end. But I appreciate you popping in and saying hi. Oh, you have a baby crystal skull there, Randy? Yeah, I have I have Cal here, and then I have Lou. Lou is he's a amethyst crystal skull. He's about half the size of Cal. Cal's kind of the bigger of the two of them. Oh, that's good, Annie. Yeah, I'm wearing blue rose quartz daily now to heal those hard to heal spots. Yes, yeah, it's great for that. A lot of the time, because he's so heavy, because he's so big, I can typically I'll lay down and actually just sit him right on my chest, right on my heart chakra, because he'll just sit there, and that weight always feels so nice. So getting towards the end here. So the next crystal we have is ruby. So ruby, increased abundance, passion, lucid dreaming, and light of the soul. So this is one of these other semi-precious stones. But if you need any of those things, ruby might be the next thing to wear. Oh, blue sodalite to speak your truth. Yeah, I have a sodalite, little sodalite elephant, actually, that sits up on my nightstand. But yeah, blue is good for that throat chakra. I have one of those lights under my spiral selenite. Oh, there you go. See, yeah. Yeah, and you can actually get them for pretty cheap. Like that one is runs off a USB, but it's the perfect size. I wonder who you're tapping into there, Randy. Interesting. Maybe just close your eyes for 2 seconds and see, like, just ask who it is or what message they have, and see what you get. So the next one we have is Sapphire. So channeled wisdom, psychic ability, self-expression, and destiny. So again, that sapphire, that blue being the throat chakra, and sapphire, of course, being semi-precious as well. I have a sapphire ring upstairs, just because it is like blue. This blue color is one of my favorite colors. So that's why I have the ring. Aw, thanks, Annie Bear. You'll actually want to be tuning in at the end of November there, Annie Bear. JJ's going to come on and hang out with me for an hour. Oh, you picked up blue-colored selenite stone when you were at Mount Shasta. Ooh, that must have been an experience. I would love to go there someday. So the next one we have is selenite. Everybody knows selenite. So psychic insight, blessings, fidelity, and deep connection. And selenite is great for charging those crystals and clearing those crystals. Selenite's one of the only crystals that will actually self-clear. So selenite is great. You'll a lot of the time see like selenite bowls and stuff for people to put their crystals in. This one I bought somewhat recently, and it's just a palm stone, but I absolutely loved it. It has a little bit of an inclusion there, but I feel, to me, it gives it character, and you can actually see all the striations in it. So yeah, this is selenite. And I actually keep it in a box with all my other crystals, so it helps to charge and clear them. Yeah, selenite. All right, last 5. The last ones, guys. And if you're wanting a crystal card, if you want to just put me in the chat, I will pull you a crystal card at the end here and see which card you should, or what crystal you should be working with for the next week or so. You freaking love selenite. Yeah, me too. I love all the different forms and stuff that it comes in. That's what always amazes me. Yeah, I agree, Fatima. Yeah, it may be a relative or somebody that's passed. You keep selenite on your seat and where my dog sits in my car. Oh, that's a good idea. Helps with the energies. Yeah. And you keep your rings in a selenite bowl. Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, they're great for charging and clearing other crystals. All right, Moira, I starred you. Oh, so before my mom passed away, I smelled cigarette smoke on my basement. It was your dad. Oh, see, I like having that connection. That's always so nice. You'd like to get a selenite lamp. Come on, TJ Maxx. Yeah. We were actually talking about that earlier, Annie Bear, that Marshalls and TJ Maxx and stuff is maybe good for looking for crystals. So yeah, I wish you luck. I'll cross my fingers for you. Randy, I got you. I have so much selenite. Charging plates, bars, pellet. Yeah. So many choices. Oh, you have a stalactite too. Interesting. Actually, and for those of you that are in or around or near Ottawa, there's actually caves just in Eganville, which is about an hour drive from where I live. Of course, not necessarily buying any crystals or anything in there, but it's really cool to be able to actually get under the ground and actually like touch, Mother Earth to that, down at those levels that, humans don't normally get to go. It was a very interesting experience for sure. Very, very grounding and very, it just felt very special. So we got 5 more to go. So we have shungite. So we mentioned shungite earlier. But shungite is for protection from modern ills, grounding, everyday healing, and purifying. There's shungite there. Well, that's a smart idea, Annie Bear. So you buy crystal chips and sprinkle them around your house and garden. That would be good for protection and warding and all of that. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's the only thing is that depending on the crystal, they can definitely be expensive. So yeah, and making sure that they're authentic is a very important piece. I don't have a question or an answer for you there, Randy. I know for sure different kinds of agate you could definitely find. So actually, I have a crystal grid upstairs that I have that is entirely agate that I got from when I went to the Atlantic Ocean this summer. I just went along and picked up the little agates I found that kind of called my name. And so I made a crystal grid out of them, and they actually are working great. I use them for grounding on the bed I have set up for my Reiki clients. I have it set up there. Oh, pink salt. Yeah. Good idea. All right. Next one is smoky quartz. Thought I had some smoky quartz, but I couldn't find it. So it dispels negative energy, home protection, earth connection, and achieving career success. So that's smoky quartz. Moira, your squirrels would steal them. Oh no. So the next one we have is my favorite go-to, which is Tiger's Eye. So luck in new ventures, willpower, creative flow, and overcoming fear. So I have a couple different pieces of Tiger's Eye. So I have bracelets and stuff I wear fairly often. But I also have this tower that I keep near my bed. So this is Tiger's Eye here. That's Tiger's Eye. So pretty. Got 2 more. So this one is I got another one I hadn't heard of before. So I don't know if it's maybe man-made, but titanium rainbow quartz. It says awakening all chakras, which makes sense because it's the colors of the rainbow. Ultimate manifestation, vibrancy, and powerful shift. So yeah, titanium rainbow quartz. And then last but not least, we have turquoise. So turquoise is good for leadership qualities, clear communication, prosperity, and success. So turquoise is one of the ones that you do have to watch. A lot of the time they'll use howlite and dye it. So you'll see like dyed howlite turquoise or dyed turquoise or something like that. So just be very, very cautious when actually buying it that it is actually turquoise. Oh, it's treated quartz. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I something about it was like, I think that one's probably man-made. Yeah, it does, doesn't it, Randy? Yeah. But that doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing. There's one that, again, Tanis was talking about the other day, and actually I have one up on my nightstand, but it's a, what was it? Was it blue goldstone or something like that? It's good for galactic connection again. But it looks like the night sky. It's like a very dark blue with like flecks of gold and stuff in them. It's using cobalt and some other chemicals or like other minerals and stuff like that that they make it. But it's still perfectly usable stone. So yeah, the stone itself is pretty. Yeah. It's all about intention. That's the biggest thing. I think the biggest conclusion we came to when we were talking about it all, that intention is the biggest thing. Exactly. Oh yeah, for sure, Moira. Yeah. Howlite has nice qualities too, so but don't want it dyed blue. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Howlite is like a black and white, almost like a Dalmatian polka dot. Yeah, I believe it's blue goldstone. Yeah, I believe that's what it was called. Rossi maybe remembers and can back me up on that, but I believe it was called blue goldstone. Yeah. All right, so I have 2 people starred for readings. If anybody else wants a crystal for the week, just put me and I'll star you. I'll give you a second to do that. And I'm going to take a sip of water here. And thank you for sticking out for more than an hour with me. I appreciate it. All right, so let's do Moira first. So Moira, we're going to get you a crystal here. So can we have a crystal for Moira, please? Oh, that one. Of course. We were just talking about it. Turquoise. So leadership qualities, clear communication, prosperity, and success. So maybe there's some new opportunities coming forward for you, and that turquoise is going to support you in that. Rossi? Oh, maybe, yeah, black goldstone. Maybe blue goldstone, black goldstone, something like that. Rossi, I got your card. Randy, or next? Actually, here, let me do a quick Google here. Let me do a quick Google here and see if I can find it. Yeah, it's blue goldstone. Blue goldstone. All right. Randy, can we have a crystal for Randy? Because I'm going to turn everything into a song. Crystal for Randy, please. That one. Ooh, aquamarine. So water healing, compassion, speaking your truth, and compromise. So you don't have some aquamarine already? Maybe get some for your dashboard in your car. Oh, Annie Bear says me? All right. Oh, there we go. I see ya. All right, starred you, Annie Bear. Gotcha. Thank you, Randy, for pointing that out. I appreciate it. All right, Rossi. Card for Rossi, please. We got two jumping out at us. This one was a jumper, though. Ooh, there we go, Rossi. Blue lace agate. So kindness, good communication, peaceful outcomes, love, and marriage. So definitely that communication piece, I think, and that peaceful outcomes is standing out to me for sure. Well, and kindness, self-kindness, I think, more than anything there. So yeah, get yourself some blue lace agate if you don't have some already. It's a great stone to work with. It's one of my favorites. I use it a lot when I do my meditations and stuff like that. That's that blue lace agate. And Annie Bear, your turn. Oh, and Randy said, interesting, I believe it's my birth month stone. Oh, maybe that's why it called out to you. Maybe that's why you need to maybe work with it. That's interesting. All right. Can we have a crystal for Annie Bear, please? What crystal should she work with? Ooh, this is one of the ones I hadn't heard about. So you may have to do some research yourself and see where you can get it. But Ametrine, so spiritual guidance, angelic realms, clears stress, and truths revealed. I know you were talking there about working through like healing, truth and stuff like that, and helping with your stress and just your connection. So I think that's actually a great stone for you, Annie Bear, to work with, Ametrine. Ooh, Rossi, then you need to go out and get some. I love my blue lace agate. Thanks for dropping in, Fatima. I appreciate it. So yeah, I don't know if you all would have seen or not, but in January, I am actually doing a business launch. So at January 4th, I actually starting my Reiki business, or my spiritual business, I guess, because my hope is eventually to be able to do card readings, mediumship, channeling, all of that through my business. So the business name is Spirit Rise. And you'll see the logo actually on the video that I have set up for January. So we're going to do a little bit of a launch that day. So just explain how I came up with the idea for the name and everything. I'll show you the website I have set up. I also have a Facebook page as well. So if you put Spirit Rise by Kaylee into Facebook, you should find my page as well. I'm not taking any clients until 2025, so January, but I'm going to be offering both in-person and online healing sessions. So I do Reiki, I do Aqualead, but I'm also in class to learn a bunch of other healing modalities, including ET or other realm healing modalities, so things like Nocti, Nagira, and a couple of others, as well as etheric surgeries. So I'm going to be able to eventually offer all of that to all of you. Thanks, Rossi. Thanks, Moira. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's exciting. It's nerve-wracking, but it's exciting. Oh, you do, Annie Bear. That's great. Yeah, you have a piece of it. Awesome. So yeah, maybe focus with it for the week and see what comes up when you're doing your meditations and stuff. Oh, there you go. So maybe it knew that you were gonna be working with it. That's awesome. So yeah, so we're gonna be doing that launch the first week of January there. So yeah, we'll talk about the business a little bit, but then part of that night is going to be actually doing a Reiki share. So I'm going to be sending out Reiki out to all of you, any of the rest of you that are Reiki practitioners. If you want to come on with me on my channel, I would love that, so that we can share Reiki with everybody else. If you're interested in doing that, you can shoot me an email. My email, I don't think it's accessible on the mobile app, but if you go on a computer and go to my YouTube channel, or go to the information bio thing on YouTube for the channel, my email address is actually there, and you can email me, and I would love to send you the link and you be on with me and we can hang out and have some fun. But yeah, so that's in January. But yeah, upcoming November 11th is the next show. Yeah, November 11th is the next show. Yes, it is. Okay. Where's time? What is time? We're going to be cooking in the kitchen. So if you haven't voted already, please go to the community tab and vote on what you would like me to cook. And then on the 25th, as of right now, JJ is still going to come on and hang out with me for an hour, and we're going to talk tuta and shamanism and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys can come and hang out with me. I appreciate you hanging out for almost an hour and a half with me tonight. I really do appreciate it. I was having a tough day, but I'm feeling great now. So thank you for all your lovely energies. And I hope you guys all have an amazing night and amazing rest of your week. Bye.